Good afternoon. My name is Angelica Tello, and I want to thank the AVID Center for allowing me to be here and share my story, and I want to thank you all for being here and being part of the AVID program, the AVID family. To get started, I want to take you back 10 years ago. Can you picture what you're doing during this time? Did you ever imagine that you would be here in Dallas for the AVID Summer Institute? 10 years ago, I was a middle school student. I was in 8th grade getting ready for high school. My middle school teacher saw my academic potential and placed me in honors classes. But I didn't really know the difference between, at that time I didn't know the difference between regular track and honors classes. I was just kind of placed there, and I went with the flow, and I just followed my teacher's advice because my mother wasn't able to provide me with academic support. I grew up in a low-income, single-parent household, and my mother had to drop out of high school to financially support her family, and now she was working long hours to support her 4 children on her own. And so as the oldest child, I took on the added responsibilities of being a second mother to my younger brother and my younger sisters. But when I entered high school, I was in a new playing field. My classes were more difficult. I had added responsibilities at home, and I was not receiving the support I needed from my high school teachers. Thinking back on this, I knew my teachers wanted me to be successful, but they didn't have many students from my background in my honors classes. They didn't know the obstacles I faced, and they didn't know the challenges that many first-generation students, high school students face. So in my first semester of high school, I contemplated dropping all my pre-AP classes because I felt completely overwhelmed. I didn't feel like I belonged in those classes. I didn't feel like students like me belonged there. And all those negative academic stereotypes of students of color constantly were in my mind, and they worried me. I remember sitting in class one day, it was after my math midterm. My math teacher came up to me and gave a letter that was specifically addressed to me. And in that letter, on top of the page in bold letters, it read, "Do you want to go to college?" And below that was information about the AVID program at my high school. And I remember sitting in my desk and thinking to myself, what is college? Because at that point in my life, I didn't even know what college was about. More importantly, I didn't even know that I had the potential to go to college. And through that note and the AVID program, and the support I received completely transforms the entire direction of my life. And I don't even know if I would be standing here in front of you if it wasn't for that note in the AVID program. So when I started the AVID program, I received all the support that I needed, and my AVID teacher, she understood the obstacles that I faced. And my AVID teacher and AVID support team always had high expectations for me. And as you know, the formula goes, you raise expectations for students and they will rise to the challenge. These teachers and the program empowered me, and I used the skills that I learned in AVID to be successful in high school, and I stayed in my AP classes and was really successful. And I participated in my local and school community. I was a National Honor Society member. I also graduated in the top of my class, and I was the first person in my family to graduate from high school and college. In the fall of 2005, I entered the University of Texas at Austin, and I majored in psychology. I graduated in 2009. But I used the skills I learned in AVID to be successful in college. I left the AVID program feeling completely empowered, and I gained a voice. I learned that through my individual determination, I could accomplish all my dreams, and that I had a bright future of endless opportunities, and all these doors were opening up, and it was my duty just to walk through them. And so I took this spirit with me to college, and I became really active and proactive towards my education, and I participated in research, I presented at conferences, I participated in 2 interdisciplinary programs where I created my own curriculum, and had the opportunity and privilege to study abroad 2 times, first going to Guadalajara and the second time to London. These are opportunities and dreams that I never even pictured for myself when I was a kid. I'm currently in grad school working on a master's degree in counseling at UTSA. I have a strong passion for counseling, but my long-term goal is to eventually receive my PhD. and do academic research towards understanding and producing interventions to help close the academic achievement gap, an unnecessary gap that exists in our education system. Reflecting on these last 10 years of my life is amazing. The journey that I've been able to take, and in this short time I can't completely tell everything, but the AVID program played a tremendous impact in my life and opened up doors of opportunities, and I learned that I hold my own destiny, that through my individual determination I can accomplish all my dreams. And also taught me that to help others and to open doors for other students. And I was able to be a good example to my younger brother and my younger sisters who are also following a really successful path. But I think it's really beautiful how the AVID program transforms and impacts the lives of so many students. And thinking back, 30 years ago, when Mary Catherine Swanson developed AVID at Claremont High School, I think most people thought she was doing the impossible. She was helping students that most members of our society were quick to judge. But she saw the potential in these students, and she was not going to let them fall through the gaps. And she realized a special formula, the support needed to help these students. And we have this same spirit and same power. We can transform the lives of so many students out there. So we have to keep this tradition that Mary Catherine Swanson started of transformation and innovation alive. We have the power to close the academic achievement gap. We can be the change we want to see in this world. Thank you.